Each week, we're joined by Hope Rises to share heartwarming stories and acts of charitable kindness. And this week, we're sharing a perfect love story just in time for Valentine's Day. Colleen Marquetta here with Hope Rises, with Shannon Trapp-Hagan. And of course, we spoke with you guys about an hour ago about your story and just the heartbreak you've been through, but just the positive way you've continued to live your life. So for people who are just tuning in, tell us about how you got started with your podcast, Game on Glio.
Sure. So the podcast generated out of the loss of my husband, Michael, who passed away from glioblastoma, which is what Glio is short for. And Game on Glio was our motto when he got diagnosed at 44 years old. And after he passed away, I was 43, and I needed to figure out what to do. I needed some purpose and meaning in such a senseless loss, and decided that the best way I could help people was doing what I know best, and that's radio, podcasting, writing, public speaking. And there was nothing like that. There was no resource for brain cancer resources and for grief and loss. And so I decided to start a podcast and allow people to share in my journey of recovery. And if I could find a way to help others through that, and make some small difference, then it would have impact, and I could carry on his legacy and make him proud.
And you are certainly doing that today. There's a note that you found almost a year to the day to his passing. Tell me about this note, where you found it.
So this note was found in a dresser drawer. It was taped on the inside of the drawer, and I had been in that drawer over a dozen times over the course of the year. And on November 13th, November 14th, just this past fall, right before Thanksgiving, I was getting ready to go to a gala for Roswell Cancer Center here in Western New York. And I felt inside the drawer, and I could feel paper blocking something, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And so I reached inside, and this note was taped to the inside of the drawer, and it said, "I love you, and I miss you already." And it was also a year to the day since we'd had his service, his funeral. And so it was his way of letting me know that he was still with me. And I had just asked that question that morning. I said, "I don't even know if you can hear me.
Show me a sign."
Show me a sign. Yeah.
That was your sign, and I'm so glad you have it laminated forever for safekeeping.
Yes, I will never let this go.
Colleen, you guys shared this story on Hope Rises, and it just went viral. It provides this aspect of hope.
It does, even in the most difficult circumstances. Shannon and I were talking about this during the break. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it, and you are the perfect example of that. Shannon, the way you have responded in such heartbreak is so inspiring. And I know that there are people watching who have experienced similar heartbreak, and you can still bring good out of it.
And that's the whole point. You know, it's letting people know that you can rise up through this journey. Brain cancer is a very devastating disease. Glioblastoma is the worst you can get. But you're not alone in this journey, and there is so much good that can be done even through such a devastating diagnosis. And I want people to know that there are so many resources that are available. There's so much new technology and new treatments that are being offered in the area of glioblastoma and brain cancer. And
you are helping so much with that.
I'm trying so hard to just get that information out to people. You know, I've got some great sponsors for season 2. Highmark, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York, and GT Medical Technologies are really supporting my effort going into season 2. And I love the rallying that's taking place behind the work that I'm doing.
If you had a message out there for somebody who is suffering internally with maybe they find themselves in a similar situation as to what you're dealing with, or just heartbreak in general this Valentine's Day season, suffering a loss and missing somebody, what would you say to them?
Take small steps. Every single person on this planet is going through some form of trauma, grief, loss. In the middle of a pandemic, a lot of people have lost loved ones. And you don't have to act strong. You don't have to pretend to be a pillar of strength. It's okay to not be okay. Just take little steps. Take a shower, get up, take care of yourself, take care of your dogs or your kids. Reach out to a friend when you need to, but just take little steps and be okay not being okay. And if you need help or you need somebody to talk to, reach out.
such incredible, important advice. And we wish you the best of luck in this podcast because I know you're making a big difference. You're providing so much, not just for people who are walking in your shoes, but this whole community.
Thank you. Thank you so
Amazing.
much.
Thank you.
Stories of hope, they keep us going, right?
They do.
certainly
They
do.
do.
All right. Colleen and Shannon, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Stay